What it do, YouTube? It's your boy, and welcome back to y'all with another Texans Nation Fan Talk. Y'all already know what's happening today. I'm coming at y'all with an evaluation of weeks 1 through 3 of Houston Texans preseason. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash the like. And if you want to see more Houston Texans content throughout the regular season, weeks 1 through 17, go ahead and drop this up. This is the channel that you want to follow, because I not only do player evaluations, team evaluations, I also make highlights. I do a lot for the Houston Texans. So if you want to see more of that, go ahead and drop this up. I'm not going to waste you guys' time. Let's go ahead and jump into this. If you guys did not know already, the Houston Texans went 3-0 during their preseason games. Now, me personally, I take preseason a little bit more serious in a way than other people, for the simple fact that if you're good in the preseason, it shows that you have depth. It shows that your backups can come in and get to work. Show that your bench players, your role players, all those guys can come in and do what they got to do to keep the team afloat. Now, we're gonna go just a little diagnosis of weeks 1 through 3. Weeks 1 versus the New Orleans Saints. The Houston Texans did have a pretty solid showing from our rookies, from our role players. Jeff Driscoll, importantly, because he was the quarterback for majority of the game. We didn't have Kyle Allen because Kyle Allen did have, I believe it was COVID, whatever it was. But yeah, Jeff Driscoll led a comeback drive for the Houston Texans, and they knocked off the Saints 17-13. The following week versus the LA Rams, the Houston Texans got another sneak win. You know, our guys came in, backup role players, they got to work. And this time Kyle Allen did play, and Kyle Allen did look pretty nice, man. This game low-key had people saying, damn, should Kyle Allen be considered QB1? Let's not go there, man. It's just a simple fact that the offensive scheme is a little different when these quarterbacks come in. So, you know, there's that. And also, by the way, week 1, you know, we did see the emergence of Dameon Pierce, have people saying, damn, this is who the Houston Texans got in this guy. Okay, yeah, I like that. And also, week 2 versus the Rams, we did see our first showing of Derek Stingley Jr., our number 3 pick in the draft. Now, third week versus the 49ers, the Houston Texans put up a donut. 0 points, 17-0 versus the 49ers. In this game, it was an all-around showing from our team. Offense was going to work. Defense was going to work. Unfortunately, the offense, it was struggling. First team offense was struggling just a little bit. Davis Mills did have you could say a head-scratching type of play, but it was, in my opinion, it was mainly on Chris Moore. Chris Moore could have got the ball, fought for the ball a little bit better. But, you know, it is preseason. You got to take those risks. It is what it is. In this game, we also, once again, seen the emergence of Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce has the league on notice. He has the fans on notice, and he said, hey, I'm going to be that guy. And also, throughout each one of these games, weeks 1, 2, and 3, the defense was really rolling, man. The defense was... Lovie Smith has this defense going. Now, just a little fact, a little statistic. Since 2016, 36 teams have been undefeated in their preseason games. Now, out of those 36 teams, 41% have made the playoffs. That's roughly around, like 13 or so teams out of 36 have made playoffs. And the average of teams who go undefeated in their preseason, their regular season totals are around 8 wins, 7 to 8 wins. So that's, you know, that's fair. I'm gonna do a season predictions record. So if y'all want to stay tuned to that, go ahead and drop this up, man. And the last team to be undefeated in the preseason and make a Super Bowl were the 2013 Seattle Seahawks. So we already know their type of scheme. It was run, smash mouth football. We're going to ground and pound, and we're going to make some plays. Now, some more stats, just player stats during the preseason. The Houston Texans defense throughout these 3 games had 17 sacks, 21 tackles for loss, 26 QB hits, and 3 interceptions. Now, I know it is preseason. I know it's just preseason. But last year, our total sacks in 17 games was 30-something. We got half of that in 3 games. If this can carry over into the season, we're going to be a nasty team. We're going to be a nasty team, and that's what I need, man. I need a nasty, hard-nosed, run it down your throat, but also hit you in the motherfucking throat type of team. Now, Dameon Pierce stats, because I mean, this is all to be honest, he was one of our bright spots throughout this preseason. He had 11 rushes for 86 yards and 1 touchdown. That's really a game type of a regular season type of stat line. 11 rushes, 86 yards, 1 touchdown. That's working football, baby. That's working football. And let's go over Davis Mills stats, because he also had a regular season type of stat line throughout these preseason games. He was 19 of 30, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns for 1 interception. Now, like I said, man, these 3 stats from defense to Dameon Pierce to Davis Mills, these are some stats that you want to see carry over into the league. Now, I will say Davis Mills in his first game, he looked pretty solid. It was, I wanted to see more, but it was only three pass plays, just 1 series. Second game, he did look a little shaky, but he was in there a little bit longer. Third game, like I mentioned, he did have a costly turnover, but it was mainly on the wide receiver, my personal opinion. We still want to see Davis Mills, this offense, go to work. It was very vanilla during these preseason games. I believe week 1, we're going to see some more exotic type of plays. And Davis Mills is probably going to he's going to throw an interception, because let's be honest, the Colts they're a tough task. They're a very tough task. They have a pretty solid defense. But if we could come out that game, turnover, like, without any turnovers, run the ball hard, defense going to work, you can probably knock that team off. But save that for my predictions, my season predictions. Now, it's going to be the last thing we'll talk about. Stock risers, guys who didn't show much, or positions who didn't show much, and the letdowns, possible cuts. Now, stock risers, my personal opinion, it's going to be, but now it's Dameon Pierce. He came into this 4th round guy, number 3 back behind Marlon Mack and Rex Burkhead. But, if you really were watching this guy, you knew that he had something about him. He only had 300 total touches in college, so he's fresh leg. He's ready to go to work. He's hungry. He's feisty. He has tenacity. He's what the Houston Texans have been missing at the running back position, man. Now, D-line, pass protection. D-line right now, like I've already mentioned the stats, 17 sacks. The guys were getting out to the quarterback. Guys like Ogbo Okarel, Rasheed Green, Jerry Hughes, Derek Rivers. Those guys were getting after the quarterback, man. And that's what I like to see. I want to see my guys go to work. Offensive line, whenever the full setup got in, week 3 versus the 49ers, we didn't have Larry Tunsil. I know we didn't have Larry Tunsil, but they were pass protection, run protection. It was solid. This is what I want to see, man. I say my biggest stock riser out of the offensive line group, it would be Titus Howard. And the biggest stock riser out of the D-line group, I'm going to go Ogbo Okarel, the guy that we got from the LA Rams. Now, guys who didn't show much, letdowns, just stagnant, not letdowns, but just like who didn't show much that we wanted to see more from. It's going to be the running backs outside of Dameon Pierce. Marlon Mack, Rex Burkhead. Marlon Mack, he looked like he was still trying to get his legs up under him. He was running in quicksand at times. We got to see a little bit more from, my opinion, we got to see a little bit more from Marlon Mack. Rex Burkhead, old man Rex. He's probably going to make the team just as a solid vet on that running back, that running back rotation. When the offensive line starts playing a little bit better, offensive line, yeah, it didn't look the best. I mean, not offensive line, but the running backs, they didn't really look the best. Max Sharping, especially Justin McCray, those guys didn't really do us any service. They didn't help us out much. Now, the next group that didn't really show much, I'm going receiving core. Outside of Nico Collins, we didn't really see much. Chris Moore, Chris Conley, Justin, what's his name? Johnny Johnson, Connor Wedgington, all those guys, we didn't really see much from. They weren't really working like that. They weren't really working. Like, as of today, if Brandon Cooks was to go down, this shit would be tragic. This shit would be tragic, bro. We need some more offensive firepower for Davis Mills at that wide receiver position. Nick Sarah has to go to work and go see who's let go who he can make trades for, in my personal opinion. Now, the letdowns, possible cuts. Not a possible cut, but Brevin Jordan let me down, man. I don't know about y'all, but he had a couple drops, a couple bad blocks, stuff like that. I expected Brevin Jordan to be that tight end 1 coming into this, but he's really looking like a tight end 2. Maybe a tight end 3 if we were to bring in another tight end. I want to see more out of Brevin Jordan. This is year 2. He's supposed to be balling out. I've had high hopes for Brevin Jordan, so I want to see more. Ross Blacklock, he's looking like a cut. He's looking like a guy that we're going to trade. I don't know what it is, but Ross Blacklock he's going to lose his roster spot once again to a rookie. That rookie's probably going to be Thomas Fuller. And that's just what it is, bro. That's just what it is. So, those are my stock risers. Didn't show much, and also letdowns. Y'all let me know who y'all stock risers and letdowns were. But that's going to be my personal opinion. That's going to be my video. My evaluations for the Houston Texans 2022 preseason. The season starts in 2 weeks. Not next week, but the week after next. So if you guys are excited for that, go ahead and let me know that also. It's your boy, Ayo Noah, signing off. Peace. Go Texans.